My name is Joe Bussell. I'm a queer visual artist and keep my practice with my artist husband, Fred Treese, in Kansas City, Kansas. Over the last 40 years, I received my BFA in painting from the University of Kansas, taught art, worked and lived in London, Boston twice, Los Angeles, and Tucson. I also earned 2 MFAs, one in painting, the other in ceramics. Most vividly, I worked in AIDS hospice for 5 years during the early days of the AIDS pandemic. All of these experiences fed me artistically, but it is the experiences I had at the hospice that continue to halo almost everything I do in the studio. After I left the AIDS hospice, I began researching grad schools. I narrowed my search to 10 schools. Washington University in St. Louis went out at the end. The paintings I'm exhibiting in the library are titled Pink Scrape and exemplify my queer abstract narrative. The acrylic paintings are 64 inches by 52 inches. Let me tell you a little bit about my process. These works start in a prone position in my open-air studio. After I prepare my palette, I pour, roll, squeegee, and brush the paint onto the canvas. Many times I trail thin pools of paint and allow them to flow over the canvas. After a day of working, wrecking, reworking, and the wet surface, I let the canvases dry. When the canvases are completely dry, usually the next day, I install them in my studio and look and edit. In the process of making 2D or 3D, I add what makes sense and take out what doesn't. My back and forth talks can include questions about material choices, decisions about formal elements, line, color, shape, all the while making sure my aesthetic choices support the narrative. Sometimes I fight my instinct, sometimes not. My narrative works its way out of memory, dreams, personal history. When the elements and the content coalesce, I begin to see a psychological loop. That is what I define as finished. No guarantees, though. If there's anything I've learned, there are no guarantees when it comes to art. Over the years, I have exhibited my 2D and 3D work at Thai Gallery in New York, the Dom and the Nerman Museum of Contemporary Art, many art centers and university and college galleries. I've also exhibited in Rome, Campobasso, Italy, Paris, and the UK. My work is held in numerous collections. Locally, I exhibit with Ron Gann in his Habitat Contemporary Gallery. I have studios on Troost, Kansas City, Kansas, and KCAC. My websites are joebussell.com and joebusellart.com. That's JOEBUSSELL. For more information, type Joe Bussell Artist in your search engine. Thanks for listening.